welcome back. You came back. I'm so glad you're back for season 2 of Real Estate in Color when thinking small is just too colorful. Again, welcome back. We are in quarter 2 of the real estate world. And again, my name is Destiny Powell, and I am a local real estate agent, realtor here on the beautiful Emerald Coast of Florida. I am selling things from one end of the Emerald Coast all the way to the other, and I could not be any more blessed and happy, but I'm so excited to have you back and join in quarter 2 with you. Let's dig into it. I realize that I have left you guys hanging for a long time. We launched, a few months ago, Real Estate in Color, and did a few episodes, and then, went through some changes. Lots of changes, but change is good. Change is necessary. Change is needed. Change pushes you and stretches you and prunes you even, helps you grow. And so that's the season that I can say I have been in, is a season of growth, a little suffering for the good, for the better cause. But I'm blessed. And before we get deep into all the changes that have happened, let me say thank you to you. One, thank you for coming back and listening, but thank you for all the support, the love, the comments, the likes, the shares, the phone calls, the text messages, the messages that you guys sent me on social media, and just you guys empathizing with me and sharing your stories with me, being vulnerable with me, and sharing in your journey. Some of you guys had stories that were similar to mine, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being brave enough to share your stories with me. And I hope to, in this season, have some of you on to share your stories, if you're willing to, with the rest of the world. So let's get started. Let's get into it, shall we? I made some changes. I switched brokerages. I took a leap of faith. I jumped into the deep end and had to learn how to swim all by myself. So what that means is, when I was with the brokerage that I was with, I was also on a team, and that team provided a lot of resources I was so blessed to receive from. I'm forever grateful for that team, because I would not be the realtor I am today without that foundation. But anywhere from my dialer, my signs, my open house signs, photography, all of these things, they paid for and covered for me. And so when it was time for me to leave the brokerage that I was at, I also had to make the decision to become what's called a solo agent. And that means kind of on your own. You're still under the umbrella of a brokerage. I'm with a new brokerage now, and I'm so pleased and blessed and excited to be with them and their team. But I'm a solo agent now. So what that means is photography is my expense. Signage is my expense. If I want my own personal signs, like that bad boy over there, isn't she gorgeous? Those just came in today, by the way, because I happen to have a listing over in Tiger Point going live next week, because your girl is on fire. But all of those resources, my dialer, all of those expenses that were once a team expense is now a Destiny expense. And y'all know from season 1, the struggle has been real for your girl. And so it was about making some sacrifices and some cutbacks. It was also a huge change for me mentally. I was not prepared mentally for the change or for the process of changing brokerages. I left a brokerage, and, God said it was time to go. After everything that I shared with you guys before, I was still feeling really heavy, and I did not see any changes that I felt should have been made. And so God says, Destiny, well done. Thy good and faithful servant. You did everything that you should have done and that I pushed you to do. Your mission is complete there. It's time to exit stage left gracefully. And that's exactly what we did. We exited stage left gracefully with no drama, no mess, no issues, and started at a new brokerage. And it was sink or swim, baby. And so it took me a while, I would say probably about a good month, to just readjust to new people that I was not familiar with, a new way of doing things, new ways to fill out certain forms and documents. and being receptive to all of that, but learning a new system on the computer, new CRMs, new uh, databases, all of that stuff. I had to relearn. And if anybody knows me, I do not like change, but it was necessary. I've been stretched, I've been pruned, I've been pressed and strengthened and conditioned. And I think I finally got my sea legs. And so it's been a challenge, but a good challenge, because I've learned how to be a solo agent, and I've proven to myself I'm capable of being a solo agent. And so this is also the first time I'm going to start receiving a lot more of my commission check. Remember, in one of the episodes I shared with you guys that when I get paid a commission check from a deal, it goes through several different people before I get my cut. Well, now that I'm a solo agent and with this new brokerage that I'm at, I get to keep a little bit more of my commission check. I've got a closing next week, actually. And when I saw that statement come out and got to see my commission, I was like, oh, okay, I can get used to this. So I'm thanking God for the changes that have come my way. It's definitely not come easy. It's been a mental game for me. It's been a change physically, emotionally, spiritually even. But I'm happy with the changes that have been made and switching brokerages. Let's see what else has happened. I've started reading more. I really have. I've changed my mindset towards the way I have decided to be a realtor. Being in a position that I'm in, it requires to get people to trust me, trust me with a huge legal transaction. And I'm showing up to these people's houses expecting them to write me a check sometimes for $30,000. Now, I don't think I get to keep all that $30,000. That's not how that works. But I'm expecting them to say, yes, Destiny, I trust you enough to sell my home, or I trust you enough to help me buy a home. And I had to change the mindset and the headspace that I was in, from being in a place of how much money am I going to get out of this deal, to how can I serve you? How can I provide value to you? How can I give to you? And if I do those three things, give value and serve and just assist and help you, my blessings are going to come from above, So it can't be all the time about how much I'm going to make. Perfect example is, I was in the headspace of I only want to do deals that are 500 and up. If it's not 500 and up, don't talk to me, because that's my focus now. And that was my headspace. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's the type of realtor you want to be. But then I had to step back and think, but what about that single mom who's like me, being a single mom who maybe only has $150,000 to spend, but she wants to buy a home for the first time for her and her child? What about her? Who helps her? Or what about the person who's going through a divorce and they may not have all their stuff together and they can't afford 500, but they want me to be their realtor? Do I tell them no? Who helps that person? Or maybe they've taken a loss. Maybe their spouse has died and they need to downsize their home. They don't need a $500,000 plus home. Who helps that person? Why not me? Who am I to say I'm too good or I'm too high up to help them? And so I read these books. One was The Go-Giver and one was, what's it called? The Greatest Salesman in the World. Two great books that I recently read, and they changed my life. They changed my mindset. They changed my heart towards my business, because it's about creating an experience for people. It's about providing value to them. It's about giving to them, and then knowing if I do those things for them, the blessings will come tenfold. And that's exactly what's happened in this business in the first quarter. Sometimes I will say I'm going to take less of a commission here, because if I give you all of me and I devote myself to you, guess what? You're going to come back when you need to buy, sell, or invest. You're going to refer your people to me, because I gave you such an experience. I wowed you enough. I blessed you. I served you. I gave you value. I gave you more than what I was expecting to receive. Then those blessings come tenfold. So how that has manifested in my real estate world is, yes, I've helped people who maybe only had 210, 220 to spend on a home. I've helped people who have said, Destiny, I can't buy right now, but I need help renting. I want to buy in a year. Can you help me? Guess what? Absolutely, I can. I'm going to treat you the same way I would treat somebody who wants to spend 500 and up. And so by me changing that mindset and giving value and giving care and consistency, giving excellence and 100% of me to even the renter, what God has done for me is I have a listing right now on the market for $725,000 on Okaloosa Island. I've got a listing right now on Okaloosa Island for $520,000. I'm going live next week in Gulf Breeze and the highly sought after Tiger Point for $650,000. And I'm also helping buyers buy a home. We're under contract now for over $600,000. All of those things are things that I prayed for and said I wanted to focus on in those price points. But because I had a heart to give, I had a heart to lower my commission to help this couple out, because I had a heart to even help the renters out because they're not quite ready to buy it. I still gave them all the time and devotion and energy that I would give to somebody who was buying. God said, Destiny, I'm going to bless you tenfold. And so I encourage each and every other realtor out there. You may be commission hungry, and trust me, I've been there. I've made some realtors mad when they found out how much I was getting versus what they were getting. But then I sat back and I thought, God has blessed me. He has kept me. He has sustained me in the hardest market ever. He's kept my lights on. He's kept my babies fed. Destiny, give back and serve your community. And bless those even if they can't buy right now. Bless them even if they can't do this much percent of a commission. Bless them and trust that you're going to get back in return tenfold. And so that's something that I'm excited about is taking on a new mindset and a heart towards my business, which means giving, serving, creating an experience, and providing value so much that you come back to me, you refer other people to me, and we continue to do business together. I've been blessed, even in the time of struggle, even in the time of what I call suffering. I think I've shared with you guys before, when I first started real estate in 2023, I had no idea what a market even was. I just wanted to sell houses. I wanted to be cute, like Selling Sunset, wear my cute outfits, do my hair, get my makeup done, and walk in these houses and sell them. That's what I thought it was. It was not that at all. It was endless hours of legion. It was sleepless nights and headaches and making myself sick all the way up to a closing because I knew I needed that check so bad. And I feel like I've come a long way, but the market was hard. It is hard right now. And so I have learned in this industry, in this market, to depend on God. He has kept me and sustained me and provided for me and my children. I give him all the glory, because if it wasn't for God, I would have gone back to the career I was doing before this. Don't get me wrong. I had thought about it several times. I thought maybe I need to go get a side gig. Maybe I need to be a waitress. I've never been a waitress a day in my life. I would drop everything and make people mad more than anything, but that's what I was thinking. Maybe I need to go be a waitress. I actually got on Indeed and started looking at what could I do at night. Could I stock shelves at Walmart just to make a couple extra $100 to keep the lights on? Those were thoughts that went through my mind. But God said, Destiny, where's your faith? You talk about mustard seed faith all the time. Where is your faith? I didn't tell you to go apply for those jobs. This is suffering. And in the time of suffering, I'm strengthening you. In this time of suffering, I'm stretching you. I'm pressing you. I'm refining you to be the best realtor on the Emerald Coast. And I can't do that if you don't go through the suffering. So it meant digging deep into the contracts and learning them by myself. It meant not always calling people that I knew I could call before when I was on a team. It meant doing my own research. It meant putting my own listings in the computer for the first time ever. It meant, doing a little bit of that TC work on my own. It meant making phone calls and negotiating and not always saying, hey, did I do this right? Or, hey, what do I say here? It was depending on God. So it was me and him. I've got a great brokerage that backs me up and supports me, but it was important to me to stick with it, even in this time of suffering, to be the best servant to him, to serve my community the best way that I can, but to also learn. So I had to dig deep into those trenches, and I had to go without. I had to sacrifice to be where I'm at right now. And even now, I still tell myself, Destiny, you're not doing enough. You don't have enough listings. I see everybody on Facebook. They're always listing something every other week. But I know my time is coming, and I know what God has for me is for me. Even in this market, I'm his favorite, and he favors me. My God loves me. So this market doesn't matter to me. I know where my blessings come from. I know my transactions are already ordained by God. He already has them handpicked. Every buyer, every seller, every investor, every referral, they're already there waiting with my name on it. I just have to be in the right place at the right time and glean those fields. And when I say gleaning, what that means is messing up my heels because I'm standing in the dirt trying to put open house signs in on the side of the highway. Messing up my hair because it's humid and a hot mess outside. Getting sweaty before the open house even starts. I shared with you guys before, stepping in poop and not having a way to clean it off. Man, I got stories for days, but it's gleaning those fields, doing the hard stuff, because guess what? One day I'm going to have my own person who will go put my open house signs out for me. I won't even have to worry about it anymore. But right now I got to do the work, and I don't mind it. And so I am so pleased because I am on track with my goals. I've had to make some cutbacks and sacrifices, but I'm on track. And I've learned to not compare myself to what everybody else is doing, because like I said, what's for me is for me. I don't know their story. I don't know what splits they have. They may be splitting that check with 3 other realtors for all I know. I got to worry about me and my business and how I can serve you guys better. So that's where I've been. Lots of changes, lots of adjustments, lots of tears and headaches and upset stomachs. I won't lie. It's been a journey, but I've adjusted. It's been colorful, so colorful, but colorful in a good way. I'm so blessed. And so I just wanted to catch you guys up on what's been going on with me. This is season 2. And I can't wait to really dig deep into this quarter with you guys and take you on the journey with me. I got new real estate signs in the mail today. She's so cute. And we're going to be hanging those next week in Gulf Breeze, and hopefully getting him into a new house too, out in Pensacola. We are getting ready to tear the Emerald Coast up. Y'all need to buckle up because it's about to get crazy. I'm so excited for what God has in store for me. I am so excited for this podcast and where it's going to go. I pray that it blesses you and touches you. I hope you got to pull just a little tiny nugget out of the changes that have come forth in this past quarter and what's gotten me here to quarter 2. Lots of exciting things are in store. And so what I'm looking forward to is hearing more of your stories. I can't wait to bring you on and interview some of you and allow you guys to share your colorful experiences and stories. So get ready, because season 2 is about to be wild. We are in spring, getting ready to hit summer. The market is shifting. Don't let anybody tell you that it's at a standstill, because there is business out there. I am a living testimony. There is business out there, and I'm getting ready to go take it all. So Thank you again for coming back to Real Estate in Color. Thank you for trusting me and joining me and listening and sharing in this journey with me. And for everybody that celebrated my shift in brokerages, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have no regrets. I am so excited for what we are doing as a brokerage and where we're going. And I am looking forward to the rest of this year with you. So come back and see me again. I promise I won't keep you waiting so long this time. Thank you for being patient with me as I was going through all of my changes. But I'm here, I'm ready, I'm back. And let's tear Q2 up. See you guys next time. Thank you. I can't just leave y'all hanging without giving you a story time. We haven't done a story time yet. I've got a story for you. I mentioned in the podcast that sometimes, you know, my stomach gets literally upset. I will make myself sick, especially a week before a closing, because anything could happen to throw that closing off. And so I will get sick to my stomach. Well, I got a story for you guys. Speaking of upset stomachs, I was hosting an open house. And as a realtor, your biggest fear in an open house is what? The toilet not flushing. So every time, most of the times, I do my best to not drink a whole lot in an open house because God forbid I go to flush a toilet and it does not flush. Well, this day I was working out on Navarre Beach and I'm sitting here doing my work, making my calls, and my stomach just starts talking to me. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't even eat anything crazy the night before. What is happening? So I'm like, it'll pass. It's just some air, some gas bubbles, whatever it is. So I'm just doing my work, making my calls, doing my thing, and it's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, we got a choice to make. We either get up right now and shut this open house down and see what's going to happen, or we see if it'll just pass. Okay, there's no more choices. We got to go lock the door, shut this open house down because something is about to go down. And I do not need anybody walking in this open house to witness what is getting ready to go down. I'm a dainty, ladylike lady. I do not do anything like this in public ever. It is my worst fear. Today was not the day. So I said, okay, this is a 3-story home, by the way, 3-story home. I run downstairs because I'm on the middle story, lock the door because God forbid somebody walk in while I'm exploding. So go lock the door. My stomach is gurgling. I am sweating. I'm not lying. I'm sweating because my body is like, fight or flight, get you where you're going. Me thinking I'm a genius says, Destiny, just in case somebody unlocks the door and tries to come in the open house that you've already locked and shut down, go all the way up to the 3rd floor. You need all the privacy you need because it's about to get undignified. So I'm going up to the 3rd floor and my stomach is screaming at me and I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I make it to the bathroom. And if y'all remember the movie Dumb and Dumber, where Harry goes to the bathroom on his date, guys, that was me. So I'm buckling my pants and I'm like, let me flush the toilet real quick just to make sure it's gonna flush from me because I don't need what's about to happen to not go down. So flush the toilet. Okay, good. Sit down. It was that scene. I promise you it was that scene. So, okay, cool. I made it quick because I knew somebody was probably going to walk in on me, even though I locked the door. I was just convinced somebody was about to bust into the house while I was being undignified. So I finished doing what I'm doing. Buckle my pants back up, do my belt, shake myself off, dust my shoulders off so I can get back to business. I go to flush the toilet. The toilet doesn't flush. So now I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, what do I do? God, this is not happening to me. So I go turn the sink on just to see what's going on. The water was off. Whatever flushed that toilet the first time was just leftover water from before they've turned the water off. Oh my gosh. Luckily, by the grace of God, I was on the beach. But what that meant was I needed to go find some type of bucket to walk to the water to flush this toilet. So I go in the garage. I'm like, for sure they got a 5-gallon bucket here somewhere. Everybody's got a 5-gallon bucket for something. They had one, but it was full of paint. So they had the little cute beach buckets that you take to the beach to collect your shells in and make your little sand castles with. So I was like, okay, we're going to make this work. So I kept the little beach bucket out of their garage and I walk to the beach, pull my pants up because it's maybe right before spring hits. It's still a little cool outside. I pull my pants legs up. Y'all know I do not like cold and I don't like cold water. I don't do it. I will never do it. That water was icy. I had to pull my pant legs up and get in the water to scoop this water out. So now I'm sandy. I'm walking all the way back up to the house with this bucket of water. I'm out of breath because I'm out of shape. I get into the house, take the bucket of water up through the 3rd floor, pour it in. It does nothing. Nothing. So I'm like, all right, we're going to need more water. 3 trips later, back and forth to the beach, pulling my pant legs up. I know everybody in this unit is watching me go crazy. They're laughing at me. I'm viral somewhere in some country. And 3 stories, 3 trips later, turn it down. It all goes down. Thank you, Jesus. Praise Jehovah. It goes down. At this point, I'm done. Open house is done. We are not doing it anymore. Everything shut down. Lights are turned off. We're going home. What did I learn? Keep maybe 2 gallons of water in the back of your car when you do open houses. What else did I learn? Keep baby wipes on you. Be prepared. And for the love of God, before you even start an open house, turn the sink on. If the water doesn't come on, you better not use that bathroom. I was undignified that day. I was not cute that day, and I was done. That was one of those moments where I was like, I'm never being a realtor again. Take my license. I don't want it anymore because this is not how I roll. I am so grateful I was on the beach because had I not been on the beach, it would have been a completely different story. I'm so grateful I made it because there was no way for me to clean anything because there was no water. And so that's my story. Story time is over. And stay tuned for story time number 2 next episode.